Have you ever told yourself, I know better than this, so why do I keep doing it? If you've ever felt like you're living the same painful loop over and over, like no matter how much you try to change, somehow you keep ending up dealing with the same person, dealing with the same problem, frustrated, drained. Maybe you're even thinking about giving up on trying to help yourself. Now, whether it shows up as substance abuse, overthinking, people pleasing, these patterns are not random, and there is a reason why they're there, and they feel really hard to break. You're not alone. In this video, I want to help you understand why you have these patterns and give you a few tips on how you can begin your journey of transformation, whatever that means for you. Hi, I'm Chris. I'm an empowerment coach and hypnotherapist. Now, there was a time when I felt completely stuck, repeating the same painful patterns, frozen in a toxic cycle fueled by shame and feeling powerless to change them. After trying everything and failing, I almost gave up. But then everything shifted when I learned a new, softer way to change. It's easier than traditional therapy and more effective than coaching, and faster than both combined. Now, I found the freedom and the peace that I've never thought possible, and I've made it my mission to share what I've learned so that you don't have to struggle like I did. Each week, I share real practices, insights, and support to help you break free from these addictive cycles and finally feel whole again. If you're ready to stop surviving, to end struggle, and start living with ease, you are in the right place. One of the most heart-wrenching feelings in the world is when you wake up and think, oh no, I've done it again. What am I doing? I promised myself today was going to be different. It was going to be better, that I wasn't going to do the same old thing. And guess what? At the end of the day, you've gone through those habits kick in at some point. Sometimes you're not even aware of what happens. And then you're waking up the next morning and here you are again, feeling ashamed. So addiction is addiction. Drugs and alcohol, yes, we all think about that, but then, there's food, there's shopping, there's porn and social media, there's even just overthinking. Complaining is an addiction. We often think that there's something wrong with us, and we hear that. We hear that from other folks and other people. There's so much stigma around addiction, some more than others. Why can't you just stop? What's wrong with you? And then there's the internal onslaught of thoughts. What's wrong with me? How come I can't be like everybody else? Why does this have to be so hard for me? Why can't I just be normal? And you might be thinking that there's something wrong with you because you've come up with a coping mechanism and it's not working for you. And even if it's not healthy, even if it will kill you, that pattern will stay there. And everything within you, your thoughts, your body, compulsions, cravings, are meant to keep you in that pattern. So when you're thinking that there's something wrong with you, the fact is that you have a very healthy, functioning mind in a way that's keeping you stuck in your current. The shame and the guilt that's wrapped around this idea of recovery and healing. Now, I don't know about you, but just other people thinking that there's a problem, that, what's wrong with you is going to keep me at home and hiding. A lot of the recovery systems that are in place are having you use your conscious mind and your thinking and your willpower to help yourself. Well, that's not where your patterns lie. These patterns, including addiction, which is just another pattern, it's a program that runs in your mind. They don't lie in the conscious area of your mind where the thinking and logic exist. They lie in the subconscious part of your mind, the much bigger part of your mind that's aware of everything all at the same time. It doesn't make sense to try and use your conscious mind or to fix something that lies in the subconscious mind. So how do we reach that subconscious part of the mind? Now, that's where I come in. As a hypnotherapist, I like to actually think of myself as a behavioralist because what we're doing is helping to change, shift, grow those patterns and those behaviors and even beliefs that have been implanted in the subconscious mind from long ago. From the heart of somebody who has been stuck in the pain and the isolation of addiction, I want you to know that you can overcome this and that it can be much easier than you ever thought. I'm going to be helping you to connect with that subconscious part of your mind. Healing should feel natural. It should feel easy. And what I do is help to teach you how to implant these new thoughts and ideas so that it feels like you've already become that person, that you can let go of the struggle, of the willing yourself, of the resistance, soften and settle into healing. relaxing into change. Number one, when that urge comes on, the next time that you feel a compulsion, a thought, anything that's going to begin having you come into your pattern, your habit, it's time to pause. Take a moment. See if you are able to pause and take in a nice, big, deep cleansing, full body breath. It's okay to be in these sensations, urges, and thoughts. We often think that when we have a thought, that it's true. No, the thought itself is real in that it's energy moving through your mind, and that thoughts come and go all day long, that you can create conscious thoughts and that kind of subconscious passing thoughts will come and go. However, it doesn't mean that they are true, and it certainly doesn't mean that you have to believe them. So being present with thoughts and being present with sensations in the body, taking a moment to be with and scan through, even maybe noticing or recognizing some of the sensations where there's tightness or when there's discomfort or tension, and just being with it for a moment and breathing through. I wonder if you can agree to give yourself 1 to 3 minutes to be with a little discomfort. When we breathe through and are with, instead of pushing away or giving in, we can allow that energy to move through us to actually release. And it passes a lot faster than you would ever think, because maybe you've never even given it an opportunity to do so. It's very important to bring in a level of understanding and compassion for yourself. Maybe even shift your perspective over this pattern or addiction. And instead of immediately questioning yourself, what's wrong with you? Or why can't you be normal? Maybe you're able to name the pattern without shame and just noticing that I am stuck in an addictive pattern and that this is a survival loop, that this is my mind and body trying to protect me. This is not who I am. You can remember, I am not my thoughts and I am not my patterns. Knowing that alone can give you more choice and more power than you've ever imagined. When you feel an emotion or feeling coming on, it can be interesting to notice it and then maybe shift your perspective on it. So for instance, if you're feeling lonely, loneliness can lead to your coping mechanism. While you're sitting with your pause and your breathing, maybe ponder your loneliness. Maybe it might lead you to understand more about yourself. Perhaps you're feeling lonely because you're a caring person. And it's lovely that you're a caring person. It's a really nice quality to have. All emotions are going to equal messages, and those messages are going to tell you about yourself, your circumstances, and it's from those messages that you can make choices that serve you. You've just shifted what's wrong with me into I'm a caring person. Well, that's a lot easier to sit with. Have compassion for yourself. And if you struggle to do that at first, it can help you to think about a person whom you love. And if they were struggling with this issue, what is advice that you would give them? And maybe you don't need advice. Maybe it's just an idea or a symbol of comfort. Just that you're struggling, that this is difficult, that you are a caring person who longs for love. Well, that sounds like somebody to me who's worth fighting for. So don't forget, self-talk doesn't necessarily mean that it's true, and it definitely doesn't mean that you have to do whatever it says. You can sit and notice, breathing deeply, see if you can let your shoulders drop a little bit, maybe even change your posture so that you're sitting back and let your heart become exposed. Shifting small things like your body help you have the message that you are safe and that you're okay, so that you're not in a reactive state and you have the opportunity to make a better choice. I'm grateful that you've been able to be here in this space where we connect with our deeper selves and find ways to overcome old patterns. I hope that this video helped you and that it resonated and that you know that you are not alone in this. I'm going to be coming in with some new messages, new ideas, talking more about the subconscious mind, how our patterns form, so that you know that there's nothing wrong with you. And I'll be sharing more about my way of healing, an easier way, a softer way, and definitely a faster way. Thank you.